It's been a while since the Toriko chapters truly bring this much heartwarming, and the fact that no one is alone. Even though despair seems to be winning, we still have clinging on to hope, and I have a very big feeling hope will prevail even now when we still less believe it. As Aimaru in the Toriko chapter of 378, as Aimaru and Buranshi had finally reached where the fungus pointed to Aimaru to, the entrance of Area 0. Some like a bubble thing going. Branch is a bit scared of doing that, but Aimaru is determined, because for the first time he says he has awakened appetite. He was unlike Toriko. For him, eating was just a means to an end. I mean, Toriko ate and ate and ate, but for him, it was more than just that. He was a gourmet knight, had a strict diet. For him, there was nothing more. He didn't really feel any bigger. It was just simply a minimum energy to live. But now, with his appetite demon awakening him, he feels singing praises of happiness of food, and that he needs to do it because it's the joyous eating. So Branch realizes that and wishes him good food luck, but orders him not to die, and he proclaims he will. As Aimaru dives into that, Branch suddenly senses something in the bubble, meaning that probably he will also do that. Elsewhere, God seems to have stopped in its tracks, even though Otake is preparing it. In fact, the way he is preparing it, it's almost like climbing a giant DNA meat. It's during this time that even though he concentrates very hard, he thinks back when he was still a young chef. Well, he is still young, but when he was a chef to train apprentice chef. Even though he had struggled with a bee ingredient and did as much as he could, and even though he wanted to take a break, he realized at that moment Komatsu still had overcome him. But despite all this, Utake in the end never really did have any bad feelings towards Komatsu, for he was determined to not lose to Komatsu. He considered him his irreplaceable rival, but also his irreplaceable friend. And finally, we get a confirmation that indeed Komatsu is preparing something. We don't see him, but he hears a sound of someone preparing it, and that is definitely Komatsu. The one who guided, because in the end one can also say that even when Utake felt he needed to take a break, just watching Komatsu and his determination made him realize, no, I shall not take a break. And finally, Ume is also there. He was just the same, also fighting that way. The three prodigy chefs are now gonna prepare God. Can they do it? Who knows? But Toriko is starting to have struggling with the situation as a new Nitro or another Nitro joins the party. It's apparently Senta. But Toriko is saved by none other than Terry. Finally, Terry is back in the game, as is Kiss and Queen. Unfortunately, they have taken with Songe too. Why the hell taking him with too? Don't tell me his food luck is the key to defeating Joa. Oh, it's so disgusting. But he senses that this is like the last boss. Oh, and finally, Chi-Chi shows himself, but he looks completely different from what he did before. It almost looks like he has eaten many different beasts. He suddenly bulked up. He's nothing like he was before. He finds Coco, Sunny, and Zebra knocked out. Wonders if they're dead, but we know them. They cannot be dead yet. Realizing that God has yet to be eaten by Akashia, there is still a chance. And he has brought something delicious with him too. What that delicious is, don't know. But if he can revive the four heavenly kings, that's all good. This is basically the Toriko chapter. A very heartwarming message. Not much action, but that doesn't mean to do it. Terry is finally back to Toriko's side. The two prodigy chefs are also now gonna join together with the third and finish to prepare God. Moreover, and Aimaru finally found that Area 7. One wonders what it is. The way he speaks, it almost sounds like he is going on a suicide quest, but because he so finally finds the joy of cooking. So what's gonna happen to the gourmet nights from now on? Who knows? But whatever there is there, I think it's a secret to Santa. So that's basically this chapter. As I said before, heartwarming. What kind of delicious has Shishi bring? Will he revive the four heavenly kings, or is he just talking about himself? He still has a role to play. After all, he is the last of the gourmet sages to be alive. So give me your thoughts if you have any.